Yeah, so fucking the jacket, 2 secs. So I'm in the moment. I'm in look, you can't see my mouth there. I'm in the moment down by Elmfield Shops, like on this sofa here that's been put at the back, and he's probably wrote coal cupboards or you know. So jokes we roll out there. Old days, used to rock about here a bit as a kid. Some of my friends down there. Boxing talk quickly. Let's go. Who was better? It's hard to do fighters from other eras and stuff like that, but information, a lot of people, I've been talking about some facts and figures on boxing that I've got from books, not so much the internet. I've got this book wrote from the 50s, and it's kind of like a manual on boxing, and it's comparing, I mean, so Ali and Fraser and fighters like that went around there, and they're comparing fighters from the 50s and 40s, fighters in the 18th century. There was, you know, mainly when the boxing didn't have its proper rules and regulations that it did then, let alone now. And you know, I was at the cheese rolling, and I was talking to this guy from Winslow, Arizona. You know, like the Eagles song, standing on the corner of Winslow, Arizona, and just jacket down. And yeah, on the sofa just on it. So yeah. He had me on Rocky Marciano's trainer, Albert Golden. But Albert Golden done he's the one that started kind of like, well, the 8 count kind of thing. So if a fighter went down, he said, don't be too brave and stand up too quick and finish with your lead hand, because another series of shots can come off when you finish with your lead hand. But he knew, you know what I mean? He had me out in the last question, but he didn't have me out in the 8 count question. And so Albert Golden was, he had 400 professional fights, 500, and he fought the same opponent 62 times, having one draw with them. Fighters he had before him were Lou Ambers, Al McCall, so they're all champions from the 20s and 30s and stuff like that. Lou Ambers fought Henry Armstrong, of course. But I've learned that from books, not so much Google. Now, one fact about a fighter who I admire, Harry Greb. I've never heard this on the internet, on a video once, that Billy Conn was out of Pittsburgh. Billy Conn had seen Robinson, and he'd seen Harry Greb, like, because both being from Pittsburgh. And there's this debate, Teddy Atlas rated Harry Greb ahead of Sugar Ray Robinson, and I can see why, because the fighters he beat, and he done Mayweather's record in 1 year with a damaged hand. And there's that about the eye, you know, and you know, boxers who were good boxers like Gene Tunney, Tiger Flowers, and Mickey Walker. An interesting story about Mickey Walker. So he beat so many Hall of Famers. I'm not too sure on the fact, but I think he's beat the most Hall of Famers in history. I'm not too sure. I know people in boxing will get back to me on that one. But there's this story I love. Robinson had the one about, you know, he dreamt about a man who was going to die in the ring, Eddie Doyle, and he did. And then I love this story that Mickey Walker said he spun Greb round in a title fight, and the referee come in between them. So Greb's facing the ropes, and Walker's lowered his guard, and then from that moment Walker's lowered his guard. You try it, it's hard to do, your arm can't reach back that way, but Greb uppercutted him facing backwards. It's just fucking hard, try it. And then I love stories about, like, you know, how his style looks undefined. He'd probably be like, he wasn't like a slugger, but some of the videos I watched of him, he's so cute inside, you know, you could throw a shot at him and he could roll it no problem. And what's the other fact, like, you know, people who were good boxers like Tony Walker, who's more a pressure fighter, Tiger Flowers, all the people, you know, listen to his 1920-21 resume, like all the fighters that he beat were like good. And his style, you look at him in video, you think he had a way of beating people. You know what I mean? So that's just, you know, there's some facts that we can find in books and from people that are not on the internet. So, you know, I'm looking to do a thing on Mike Kelly, because you won't find a lot of stuff that Mike Kelly fought Kirtland Lang, that he fought Joey Glover, that he fought Terry Waller, that he fought Dave Ball Green. You won't find a lot of facts on the internet about that, but only him, Mike Kelly from the Kelly family, of course, from Cheltenham, only him I can get that information off. So Google is not always going to help me, do you know what I mean? But in the future it might, I don't know, artificial stuff and all that, you know what I mean? But they're great, like, you know, life on life's terms, like, you know what I mean? And whatever you're interested in, be it boxing, be it football, be it rugby, you know, something that changes, life-changing events, or you just like going to a football match, watching them, and it's your motivation and your desire to change your life. Hit me up, like, because I want to do a thing on anything. If you're a graffiti artist, if you're a breakdancer, if you're a busker, if you've just got off drinking drugs and want to change your life, if you've got over cancer, if you've done something to help the community, you know, I know you might have a lot of humility and you might not want to come forward, but if someone knows someone that's done a lot of things, please contact me, because I'd like to get it out on film. Thank you for your time, peeps.